listening to the Baller Scholar podcast.
And Scott.
Run it!
Sorry, Scott.
Sorry, Josh. I hope your mom is feeling better, dude.
Yeah, no disrespect.
Guys.
Shoutouts.
Wait,
After
can
what
we talk
Scott
about
said.
that? That could be like kind of our sponsor.
Pfizer?
Fuck the vaccine is hurting our friend's mom.
Yeah.
So actually don't, if you're listening, don't get the vaccine, bro. That's just fake.
Don't get to record a podcast with the full crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll miss a friend, you know?
Yep.
So we're spreading anti-vax propaganda now.
Yes.
For the time
For
being.
the sponsor. Brought to you by anti-vax moms.
Let's go into Matt's first.
Is there a document for this? Can you send that?
There's no document.
Let's go into Matt's first.
I can't believe we missed the
first
packs
tweet.
tonight, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah, we can do either like potential trades, or I'm kind of curious, like buyers and sellers of the deadline, because like some teams I don't know like what they're gonna do, because I have like top teams in the East basically all buying, you know, probably looking for another piece, and even like Hornets, Knicks.
Gonna give it a try.
We'll probably try and do something, and then I imagine Cavs, Pistons will probably be sellers. They could move Drummond. I actually was looking at like Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
If they wanted to trade him, because he's like 27 and definitely doesn't fit with their timeline.
Yeah.
And then a lot of teams would like Jeremy Grant, I bet.
It looks like
Is
him,
he actually good or no?
Ellington.
I don't know. I
Is
think
he gonna be
a lot of teams need a good wing, though.
Is he gonna be like?
But is he an expensive wing that won't last long? Or like won't sit well in like another like rotation like the Celtics?
Do we need a wing on the Celtics? Yeah,
He'd
why not?
Be like
right?
a
Like
stretch four.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, he would play what
You
Gordon,
need, like,
our missing Gordon Hayward spot, right?
Or like what? Or Tatum would move to the 4 and he would stay at the 3. I mean, Tatum played a lot 4 last year. Or maybe Tatum would like kind of go back to what Hayward was last year and play like a 3 strictly, and then Grant would move to the 4.
Well, in the reports, Celtics offered like multiple first-round picks for him.
Yeah.
I don't know why the Pistons wouldn't take that.
I don't know how legit that report was. I was looking too, but it came from like a person with like
Chris Forsberg.
yeah. Like a random dude with like 1,000 followers on on Twitter.
I mean, I
was
believe
just,
it.
Also, like, Ellington's like asking price is in Detroit is a 2nd round pick. I feel like a lot of teams will probably go after him too.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy who can shoot off the bench. He shoots over like 40% from 3. I feel like every team could use a guy like that, especially the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, just a guy to come off the bench and provide some scoring.
What?
Some cheese.
But is he one of those? Are we talking about Jeremy Grant?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Is he
Wayne
one of
Ellington-
those guys
Yeah.
that's just like his stats are like very inflated
Because he's on a shit team.
Yeah.
I mean, his stats are inflated, but like teams that would trade for him don't need him to score 23 a game.
Right.
But he can defend too.
Oh, that's
He
good.
kind of can rebound too. I mean, it's not like great numbers, but
He can, yeah. Syracuse guy.
I don't know. If I'm the Pistons right now, I feel like his stock's as high as it's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
And you can flip him.
yeah.
Yeah. If you're the Pistons, you're taking picks for him.
Take the
'Cause
picks.
If you're the Pistons, that's all you. I mean, Pistons are gonna be the worst team in the league. Are they the worst team right now?
No.
Worse in the
Minnesota.
East. But Minnesota's...
What the fuck is wrong with Minnesota, bro? When are they
Another
gonna get
weird
rid
one.
of Cat? Because
Injuries.
that's just not.
Yeah.
I don't know. They need to let him go, bro.
They just don't have the right culture, you know? They haven't figured it out.
Fuck, they're
They had
so
Tibbs there
bad.
for a little bit. Jimmy Butler. And then that just
Oh
didn't
my god, they're 9 and
pan out.
30, bro.
I think you need to kind of blow it up out there. Seems like
Yeah.
Well, that's a team that they have a lot of interest in John Collins
Really?
for some reason.
Oh, they would ruin him. His potential.
And they also had like a lot of interest in Booker. There was like the speculation that Booker could team up with his 2 best friends, but it just
I know Minnesota's not exactly the place to be.
hot spot to send your guys.
Damn, the Kings too, man. The Kings I feel like would have been a playoff team like 5 years ago. But I feel like because they have good players, don't they? Like De'Aaron Fox and Buddy, those are good players.
Yeah,
But
and Harrison Barnes could be good too. They're very
this team is
young.
yeah.
They have don't have much like veteran presence. I mean, Barnes is fine.
Yeah,
Whiteside is fine, but neither of them are really winners.
They have great players. It's Halliburton is a rookie, right?
Yeah, steal the draft. A lot of
Really?
people would say. Yeah, he fell a lot further than a lot of people had him, and they picked him up. And he's been really good.
Yep. Okay.
In the rookie of the year contention.
That's a team that I don't know trade deadline if they kind of
Yeah.
wavered on whether they were gonna. It seemed like they might keep their guys, and then they went on a huge losing streak, and now they're potentially selling.
Yeah, it's like just one swing of like one series of games can really change.
Because a lot of these teams now in the COVID year have a shot with the play-in tournament to at least say they like kind of made the playoffs. So you got to just get to like 10.
And minimal to no fans.
Yep.
Like
So
really
like
change the course. Like you don't need home court advantage. So if you get, an 8 seed playing the 1, or like say the Mavs stay at the 8 seed, they can beat the Jazz. If
Yeah,
they,
I mean, who knows
Warriors
with COVID
too.
stuff. I don't know how they'd handle that in a playoff series.
A lot of those
Either.
teams fighting for the 8 seed could potentially beat the 1 seed. If
Yeah.
it ends up being the Jazz.
Oh God, yeah.
Just because no fans and it's COVID year, so there's so much weird stuff going on.
I would love to see a Mavs Jazz first round. That'd be great.
I would hope the Mavs could figure it out by then. But I mean, if you're the Mavs, what do you do right now at the trade deadline?
It's another team I think they kind of have to be aggressive because every year that Luka is there,
Except the
you're missing a
Mavs.
chance of just like having like a once in a generation talent.
Right.
And like putting the
So-
right stuff around them. I mean, you have a good bench when it gets.
They're just
but,
like
you don't
not
have this-
interesting to me.
Like that team.
Whatever.
If you look at that team right there, like you're like, oh, that's a pretty deep team. It's got like a good bench, but there's no starters besides Luka. Even Kristaps, you look at that and you're like, that's not the
Yeah.
guy you need to put
Yeah.
next to Luka. I mean, Richardson's
Yeah.
good. That's like a good fifth starter out there if you want to like be in a contention.
Yep.
But Hardaway, a good bench guy. Johnson, a good bench guy. Maxey, a good bench guy. Same thing with Cauley Stein,
Maxey
Dwight Powell,
Cribber?
Trey Burke, Jalen Brunson. Those guys are all bench guys. Finney Smith.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
The only
dude.
reason they've been like Brunson's been playing out of his mind, like relative to what his role is,
Exactly.
has been one of the biggest reasons they've kind of rebounded from a tough start. Yeah, I don't know. I think they need to make a move. And I was just looking at like their trades and like their roster. The best thing they can offer basically is like James Johnson and Tim Hardaway are like $34 million and expiring. So like
Yeah.
a team rebuilding that could be attractive too because it gives them a lot of flexibility going into next season, and they can like match some like pretty big salaries,
They could offer future firsts.
and they have picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the Celtics, where really like the picks are the most valuable thing they have because like player wise, they're not gonna get much, and they like Mark Cuban keeps shutting down any like Kristaps talk of like trading him.
Kristaps playing well though.
He's all right.
He's 20-8, 23 games.
Just
played.
he's a 7-footer, man. I
Does
feel like
someone-
he should be a better
does
rebounder.
someone-
Yeah.
All right, fair. Does someone own him in our fantasy league? They must.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. What's he per game?
He's like fine. I
fantasy?
think he's like 35 or something.
Really? Wow.
He's not spectacular, and he's like
He shoots a lot of threes, man.
He has high games, but he also has very
Yeah.
low games. So that's
and
how
he doesn't stay healthy. So,
So I guess that would be.
he doesn't have a ton of trade value anyway. If they were kind of shopping him, it's hard to say. I mean, he's still pretty young, but doesn't have a great track record health wise. And like I don't know if he hasn't really proved himself to be like a second star on a winning team yet. So
didn't he have like one huge year?
yeah, he had
Not even.
I don't
Not
even think-
even.
did he make an All-Star team?
That
Go to
20.
Basketball Reference down below, and then scroll.
Well, we
Yeah.
gotta look at his nicknames first.
Oh, he did make an
Zinger.
All-Star. Did make an All-Star team.
Where do you see that?
It was up by they have like the little jerseys, and then above that.
Hmm.
But I mean, that wasn't an East that was like pretty weak at the time. So
Right.
Um,
Right. I feel like Mark Cuban's probably just like holding out hope that
He'll turn it around. I mean, he's still the unicorn in their heart. I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
also with with the Mavs, it's like where do you like go to fill out your team? Like where do you go and get better?
Right.
Or like who's selling guys that you're willing to like add on to get better?
It's not a team that you like want to go to if you're. I think there are more exciting teams.
Yeah, definitely from a roster standpoint. Yeah. I do think Mark Cuban is like a really cool owner to play for.
Yeah.
And Rick Carlisle is a great coach to play for.
Obviously.
Do you think guys like Luka want to play with him?
I don't know.
Like guys don't like foreign guys in general in the NBA. Like,
yeah.
Well, I think like a Dallas writer that was talking to Bill Simmons, like asked him because all the guys play for like the USA team, all the stars, and like that's a lot of like bonding time, and like that's how you make a big three in the NBA is like relationships, and like Luka doesn't have that because he's not playing with Team USA, and it's never like didn't grow up in like the AAU circuit or anything, which I've never thought about, but it's like if he doesn't have that kind of like relationship with guys, like he can't recruit as well as like we saw KD basically recruit James Harden and force him out of Houston to come to Brooklyn.
Do you
That's really
like I don't know if Luka has that.
Do you
influence.
look at? I don't know. If you're the Mavs, do you look at like Vucevic?
You could. I don't know.
It's a weird one, but then you have like
that'd be sick.
Then you get like then that's what
You
I'm
just
talking
go
about. You
all
get the overseas guys, yeah.
That's true.
Or you look
I
at
don't know. Vucevic is a tough contract to trade for because I think the Magic want like a huge haul.
Yeah.
And he's like wrapped up. I think it's 2 more years on his contract, so that's like pretty good, you know. Yep. And that's the Magic are another team that it's like I feel like they should be selling right now, but they're like trying to stick to their guns and like run it back with the same roster again.
Grab like a 7-8 seed.
Like 8. And it's like
Right.
I think Aaron Gordon, like Fournier could probably help someone right now, and you might be able to get something for him because I think they lose him after this year. So, like they're bad, they're very bad, and Vucevic is having a career year. So
yeah, I mean, you look around the league and the guys that people are selling, you know, like John Collins. You look at, you know, the potential like that. The guys in Washington, I think, are up for grabs. I don't know if they say they're staying, but. You know, I think something could persuade the owners otherwise. You look at, you know, Vucevic. You look at...
Drummond's out there.
Yeah, Drummond. You know, Aldridge. But he might get bought out. You look at those guys. Do any of those guys fit with the Mavs? You know, do they go get Wayne Ellington and add to their, like, bench depth of starters?
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes was obviously already there. Jeremy Grant, I don't think looks like somebody that they should go get. I mean, it wouldn't be bad for them actually, but it just.
No, I think Jeremy Grant would just fit anywhere. Honestly,
yeah.
That would help.
What the fuck is going on with Drummond? Because didn't the Cavs say he's like definitely out?
Yeah, he's out. He's just not playing.
And then Brooklyn went and got. I mean, not like it's a replacement, but they got Blake, so I feel like that's.
I think a lot of teams are just kind of waiting it out on Drummond. And just hoping he also gets bought out. But what I don't understand is he's on an expiring contract. Like Blake had multiple years left.
Yeah.
So the Pistons just like eat that because he's not going to help them. But Drummond's done after this year, so I feel like the Cavs should just eat that deal.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get out of it anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Don't buy him out. Like if no one trades for him, you might as well just keep him.
Yeah.
And sit him. I don't know.
Or at the last second, take something, at least something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's 28 mil, so
the more you wait, the less valuable he gets.
Right.
You know what I mean? Early on, you know.
Well, he was playing really well early on too.
Dude.
Yeah,
and
he was great. He was one of the best players.
Tapered off when Jared Allen showed up, and they kind of screwed themselves over a little bit by picking. Like obviously, it was a good trade, but it kind of undermined his trade value.
So the trade deadline is next Thursday.
Yep.
We're like 9 days away. Fuck, dude. This is going to be a crazy week.
You look at like Lonzo
I'm really
too.
excited.
I feel like nothing's gonna happen.
There's got to be
Except Wayne Ellington, Trevor Ariza.
The Celtics, we haven't done...
What about like DeMar?
I read Oladipo is like the biggest piece that's most likely to be moved because the Rockets are just like calling it quits.
Wasting him.
What about like DeMar or Oladipo to the Mavs?
Both? Or one of?
Or one or the other.
Yeah, I
And
had
then you hope to
I had
get
a
like
trade.
sorry.
No, with Oladipo and Eric Gordon for James Johnson, Tim Hardaway, and a first-round pick. Because Eric Gordon's like a tough contract. He's like 16 for 4 years. So the Mavs was like, all right, we'll take Eric Gordon. He can still shoot. We get Oladipo, maybe sign him long-term, and then they give the Rockets like 2 expirings and a first.
Well, you take that risk because Oladipo's going to go to Miami.
Right, he probably
But then
will.
you lose, the Oladipo contract runs out. He goes to Miami. That frees up room. You try out Oladipo
And they
for
have
a year.
picks from Brooklyn. So
Yeah.
they can lose one.
And you can hope that the Oladipo thing works.
Right.
If it works and he's like, I want to stay here, and if it doesn't, it's like, okay, like they can go after another piece. Show like those two guys, build around Porzingis and Luka. Give them a season. I think that's not a bad deal at all.
Thanks. Last time I feel like I think I have some good ones this time.
Let's
Who
hear
else?
it.
Give us another.
I had that same package for Drummond, basically, just Johnson, Hardaway, and a first, because it just gives them flexibility. You know.
For me, it's tough. I had said it before that they could go after Vucevic, but do they need another big guy out there?
Celtics?
No, Mavs. It's tough because you look
I
at
just
that
don't
and you're
think
like,
the Magic. They don't unless they do like a 3 firsts or something like that. Like there's just they don't have like the young talent to
Let's look at the Magic.
like get like the Magic jump start on like a rebuild. You know.
Wow, having a terrible year.
yeah, but they're only how many games back?
I mean, they've had some injury trouble too. I mean, Fournier and Gordon haven't played a
14.
ton.
They're 14
6
back.
games back.
So
No. That's
Well,
from
yeah,
the top.
no, yeah, that's from the top, but
I don't know. I don't even know what the market is for Aaron
These
Gordon. at
guys
this
weren't
point,
they 8
but-
seed?
Oh,
eight
Aaron
seed?
Gordon, I
they
totally
were,
forgot.
They were 7 seed last year, right? 8.
yeah, Gordon's interesting because you don't really know how much he's worth, but he could easily,
He's like 25 still,
yeah.
26.
Does Mo Bamba even play minutes yet or no? No.
Not really,
Jesus Christ.
because they got Kime
What a waste of a good song. Imagine how good that song would have been if he was actually good at basketball.
He was nasty.
Oh, they would play it nonstop at Amway Arena.
does it go
Pretty sure
again?
that's what it's called. No, actually,
How does it go, Brian? Yeah, something like that.
that's pretty cool.
Motherfucking-
Now we're gonna get flagged by YouTube for using like.
It did sound pretty
Music.
similar.
I also have Mavs going after Kyle
Who's
Lowry.
this
It's
guy
another
look
guy
like,
that's been
dude?
shopped.
Oh, that'd be
He looks
weird.
like the guy from Monk.
Oh my God! No!
Is it not Monk? What is
It's,
it? Scrubs? No.
No. It's Psych.
Psych. That's what it is.
Oh, guys,
It's
if
the
you
eyebrow
watch-
man, Dwayne Bacon.
If, you,
Um,
if anyone out there watches Psych, this guy Dwayne Bacon looks exactly like this guy.
even more eyebrows though.
Why can't
Just
I?
looking at some guys on the training park, we have Omar Sheik,
It's from
Taj Gibson.
2012.
Spencer Hawes. And that's 2014.
Do you
Evan
guys
Turner,
see a difference? Or?
Yikes! None of those guys are in the league except Taj.
Jeff Green,
I
Thaddeus Young.
like that. He's,
Those
I'm gonna get some water.
okay.
Give us a Thaddeus Young trade.
Thaddeus Young is your favorite player, man.
One of. I don't know, where would he go?
Oh, I didn't know if you had one
Toronto.
ready. I just
I didn't
assumed you
have one
did.
ready. Sorry.
What else?
They started. The Bulls are another one of those teams that I don't know if they're going to be buyers or sellers because they're kind of in that weird spot in the standings right now, where they're like in the play-in game and like Zach LaVine's playing great
Yeah,
and Thaddeus Young's playing great. So,
and Laurie's kind of putting the ball on the floor more.
Yeah.
Driving to the basket.
but it's also like this is probably you're going to be able to sell high on a lot of these guys.
Yeah,
And I don't think they didn't extend Laurie, so I don't know what their plan is for him.
I mean, I feel like it with Laurie too, and like in those guys, like it's hard to trade for them unless you have like a lot of picks and things that
Right.
matter. I mean, these are young guys that could actually be like do well in the league, and someone like Laurie, for example, who you look at and he has had. He had trouble with the last coach who was like, Laurie, shouldn't touch the ball as much or whatever.
Yeah.
They're taking touches away from Laurie. He's had trouble with, developing more into what like his potential. But he still looks like he could be great. So what's Laurie's
Just like
like value? Like, what's the most you would give up for Laurie?
It's a tough situation because he is on that expiring, so he is scoring is the most he has in his career. But it's like if you take him, you're gonna have to pay him at least like Berton's money, right?
Yeah.
Like 5 for 80,
Yeah.
probably 4 for 65, something like that.
What
And
is
I don't know, like
numbers?
he's a career 6 rebounds a game, or this season 6 rebounds. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I just want more out of a
Career
power
7.5.
forward, you know? Like I get he can shoot the 3, can spread the floor, but I would prefer better rebounding. You know, I mean, he's only 23.
His rebounding's gone down, but his scoring's gone up.
I don't know. I think if you're the Bulls, I would try and keep him around. He's another one. Like John Collins is another guy like that.
Like, why aren't you giving him money? I don't know if like I would give John Collins the money he wants,
Yeah.
but why aren't you giving these guys a
Well-
contract at some point or another and like letting them get to the end of their expiring? I mean, the Celtics caught up with Jaylen Brown and Tatum before they got to that last year. They offered them the deal and they got it.
Yeah, and you
have
sweat it out if you don't,
Yeah.
you know?
Fox got one. Who
Donovan
else?
Mitchell,
Yeah.
Bam,
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Ingram. All extended.
Yeah.
John Collins, no thank you, they said. And the tough thing with John Collins is like I was trying to find like trades for him and there's no like immediate need the Hawks have to like address except for power forward, like the person John Collins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you like try and pair him with one of the young guys they have in.
You have Capella. You have Onyeka, who you just
They
drafted.
have wings out the wazoo because
You-
they have Cam and DeAndre
Yeah.
and Herter, Tony Snell, Bogdan, Danilo. Like there's no like trade piece that you could have that they'd be like, yeah, this is what we need right
You
now.
might need like maybe another guard once Rondo disappears, like coming off the bench. But you have what? Chris
Like
Dunn's down
Goodwin
there.
guy.
Yeah,
Chris Dunn too.
Rondo's been.
They're
playing,
just like really deep. Like there's no, I don't know like who you
but you
trade
need
for.
someone better, like, or you need
better than
Capella.
John Collins, or you just need to upgrade.
Oh my God,
You
someone.
need
stop
to
recording.
upgrade.
Just kidding. Keep going, guys.
You have the youth. You have the talent. But you don't have that guy that goes with Trae Young. You have a John Collins, you have a Capella, but those aren't those guys. Those need to be the third guys.
I don't know who goes with Trae Young.
You
Like, who's
maybe,
the perfect Trae Young like sidekick? You think? Not even like tradable, just like in general, anyone. Literally, it just has to be someone like off the ball. Even like, no, I mean Kyle Lowry's not big enough, but he's someone that can play off the ball and kind of
like
like.
Jeremy Grant with
I
for
have
them.
I have a Jeremy Grant. I mean, if you did, it makes sense. John Collins and just Tony Snell for like to match salaries for Jeremy Grant, because the Pistons will be able to pay Collins. He's 3 years younger. It'll basically be like his team in Detroit at that point. And then the
Yeah,
Hawks like
him and like Hayes
upgrade
and-
where it's like a guy
Look
like
at this picture of Solomon Hill.
gee, that's a weird one. It's kind of artsy though.
Yeah, it's kind of got like a blur to the
Why is
background.
Chris Dunn his college
Also,
photo? It
this-
makes no
This
sense.
one of
Tony
Snell
Snell is like
funny
at a
too.
high school gymnasium. That's a weird one. Nathan Knight and Skylar Mays don't even get pictures. So yeah, John Collins is like a mystery. I think they just keep him and you're just gonna have to pay him. Probably.
Hope
But I mean, when you have all these young guys, the Bogdan Danilo
contracts,
tough.
head scratchers.
Those are their top 2 contracts right now, and they're like long term.
Yeah,
Because I also like
What the fuck, dude? I don't know. Bogdan was absolutely trash.
he's
well,
hurt.
he's been hurt. But he
How many
hasn't played a ton.
How many games has he played?
That's not a lot.
Maybe like
Yeah, because I was bringing back up some of the free agent signings
16.
in the offseason to kind of like check in and see where we're at. And yeah, those 2 are not. I mean, Gallinari's come on as of late.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he torched the Celtics.
As everyone does.
So
What else is
he's had
new?
some good games, but
Are
like
you
not.
surprised?
I don't know. I don't think those were like top tier free agent signings by the Hawks.
What the fuck are you going to St. Lucia?
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
We have
That's
Costa Rica
tough.
planned out, and you're like, oh, St. Lucia?
I'm actually once we're down there, I'm just gonna like, go to different
Your laptop's
islands.
not charging. So
What the fuck, dude?
I know, because it's not fucking plugged in. I fucking unplugged it.
Sorry,
So-
I didn't mean to go off topic.
I
but
know it's not
that is
charging.
some dog shit right there. If
I
that's the
unplugged the
truth.
power guide. Oh my god, I can't talk because there's a delay and it's so
just stop. Start over. Something.
they're screaming in my head.
Let's talk about.
Get out of my head.
Can you start over? Something.
From the top.
just-
Here we go.
hang on.
Make it drop. That's a wet. I don't know.
Here's
What's
a trade
next?
for you.
Yep.
Give me.
All ears.
This might be a weird one. I don't know if it happened.
Boy.
Kyle Lowry and Patrick McCaw
Patty
for
McCaw,
Russell Westbrook.
Ugh.
Kyle Lowry, and Beal.
Bear with me.
Hate that for
That'd
Toronto.
be like, oh, is that a 3-2?
You hate that for Toronto?
hate that for Washington. Those would be like the worst two.
That's when you know
floppers.
it's a good trade when both teams get worse for it.
Like Houston with
No,
Russell Westbrook.
bear with me here.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry is $30 million for this year. Then he's gone. Wizards open up ton of cap space flexibility.
Wizards.
Yeah, Wizards because they
sorry.
get Kyle
I
Lowry.
was thinking the Magic are the same. as
And
the
then
Wizards 'cause
Toronto, dude.
Magic do wizardry.
Westbrook, Van Fleet, OG, Pascal, Chris Boucher,
Wait, so it's Russ, Van Fleet, Pascal, Chris
All right,
Boucher,
that's actually good for Toronto.
and OG.
and OG.
And like, you know what? They'll
Looks like-
say they got a lot of guys on long-term contracts. Russ has a couple more years. You know, they'll give him another chance.
Oh man, Rut.
And like
I feel
they
bad
get the
for
Wizards
Russ.
get out of that contract. You know,
Yeah, and give Bradley something that he wants. You know, let them make the choice.
even
I
though
feel bad
it
for
seems like
Russ,
Brad likes
dude.
Russ,
He does. He said he's the best teammate he's had
Yeah.
so far in his career.
so they should definitely just trade him now to Toronto.
Yeah.
He said that to John Wall.
To John Wall.
Well, he just says that he's like the hardest worker and he like likes to coach the guys and whatnot. And
Yeah,
I
I
think-
think Westbrook is overly hated. I get the stat padding thing, but just as like a guy, I think
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
guy.
he's a nice guy. Yeah.
you also
he's
brought
like
up
Marcus Smart on like Lloyd's.
you also brought up OG.
Mhm.
And I think OG's on the block too. And like the Celtics are looking to trade Tristan Thompson right now. Yeah.
For OG.
And the Raptors are the ones that seem the most interested in Tristan Thompson. So
That's a weird one.
would a Tristan Thompson OG swap? Would that even work money wise? I don't think so.
They just extended OG, which complicates things a little bit. I don't see. I mean, I think the Celtics. That's like a heist.
Oh, that's a
a heist.
Big extension.
Yeah, it is a big extension.
It'd have to be something. And
I mean, OG just hit the game winner against the Celtics. You know, it's kind of tough.
that'd be an interesting guy to put on the team.
No, I think he would fit in well. Actually,
Wing depth, and that would.
he can guard.
That's fucking disrespectful.
Jesus Christ.
Then you bring in a guy.
Jaylen Brown.
It's all right, man. He sucks. Then you bring in a guy that like kind of would play the minutes that Semi does on a good night for Semi, and
that's a
actually
huge
be
upgrade.
consistent. Yeah, it is 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to throw picks, I think, because Tristan's been all right, but is he?
Yeah, I don't hate him. I don't hate him.
I think he brings like a cool veteran presence, but so does
Yeah.
like Kemba. So does
Yeah, they don't necessarily need like
yeah.
veteran
What-
presence,
he's won a
but
championship
he's won a
before.
championship, which is great.
him
But,
personally is the sole reason they won that title.
I
And
don't
it will
know.
be again.
I just kind of felt like he looks like a good teammate. Like he's always the one like hugging guys after they like hit a good shot or like hugging like
Yeah, he's a
cheering
good
on the
teammate.
bench and shit. I feel like he likes it here. I don't know. I will be sad. I will be sad for him when we trade him. I'm not gonna
When
be sad.
you're saying when,
I won't be
not even
sad.
if.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how long he lasts. He
I-
just
I think he's going. I'm not gonna be sad for the Celtics. Like I'm not. I think Rob
Better business move.
Give Rob. It's a good business move, but I feel bad. For the
Counterpoint: if you actually want someone good, you're probably gonna have to trade Rob Will.
yeah.
guy. Oh my.
Which is
God.
disappointing. But Thompson's contract is 2 years. So was Ennis Cantor's. Obviously, Ennis Cantor's was a lot more
Dude, we cannot
safer.
trade Rob
It was
Will.
2 for 10 for Ennis.
Rob Will is
Yeah.
like on the cusp of a breakthrough developmentally. Like
Yeah, I think that's why they're going to be like hesitant to pull the trigger on anyone. If the Celtics, realistically, I don't think the Celtics should go after anybody big right now.
Oh.
I think the Celtics should stand their ground, trade a second round for Ellington, trade for bench guys right now. Don't go after a big guy.
Oh, sure. We need someone different.
Wait for the offseason.
Not working.
Wait for the offseason to use these trade player exceptions, where there's a lot more flexibility with sign and trades, with other guys that are looking to leave. Let this season play out. It's not going to be yours no matter who you get. You know what I mean? That's available.
Yeah.
Don't get bench steps. Bring a guy like Wayne Ellington in. Bring a guy with like Trevor Ariza in. Go get guys that are low at low selling price tags. Excuse me, and get those. Bring the bench together. Have the team play where Tatum and Brown. What was it tonight?
The fuck out of the team, bro.
Or I just wish he would just click better, but he's not. I mean, look at Tatum and Brown tonight. They go. Granted, they had the only 4 free throws of the game, two each.
Fuck God.
But what was it? They combined for 59 points.
Something like that, yeah.
They are stars.
You would hope that they would win on a game like that, but you would wish that it'd be like, oh, Tatum, Brown, and Kemba combined for 85, or Tatum, Brown, and Kemba combined for 75. But and there was some bench scoring there, but nobody played well. I mean, tonight, you have Shemi starting, plays 19 minutes and gets like 1 rebound, and that was it.
Started.
Tristan was
Tristan's
out, but
yeah.
Oh.
can't ruin the precious rotation.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why Rob doesn't start, just because he comes in and like torches guys like Favors, torches guys like, I'd much rather him do that than like go in there against Rudy and get torched himself. I mean, when he gets into foul trouble, it's against guys like that.
Yeah, that's the thing with him. Defensively, he's kind of tough, which is like, I don't know, would you take like a Rob Will and like Grant for like John Collins?
Rob Will and Grant
and
for
like a
John
pick.
Collins. I mean, yeah, probably. But I
agree with you though on the
Don't-
bench thing. I don't think it's like a time to like give away half your roster
no, because
for
this is something
like a
I say.
third star or something.
Yeah, this is something I say about like the NFL draft, is that people are always so high on some of these guys, but that's because they have to be high on someone.
Right.
You know what I mean? But sometimes it's just not good enough. And, people are like, oh, these guys are great. But it's like, are they? Or are they just the best ones
You're just
that are
excited
available?
because they're just there.
So right now, the trade deadline, people are like, oh, Harrison Barnes. Oh, Collins, Jeremy Grant.
LaMarcus Aldridge is a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets bought out, cool, bring him over. But I just don't like really any of these big names right now. And come free agency, I'm not sure what names to look at. But you have the opportunity for sign and trades. You have the opportunity to trade around like picks that people have. I mean, your pick might be, if you're the Celtics, your pick could end up being like, I don't know, 20.
Mid-20s,
yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah, I mean, in a good world, you're going to be good enough to have like a 25, 26, but I really don't see that happening for them. I really think that they're going to go and be closer to like 22 and have a higher pick than you would hope for, just because of record-wise. But it's not really looking like a great season for them. As we've seen tonight, they struggle against the top teams in the league, 8-0 when they face someone with a win percentage of over 66%. I think they just need to, even out the bench, because right now the starters carry the load. And if the starters aren't carrying the load, they suck. And if the starters do hold their own, and then the bench comes in and, adds a couple points, there's a lot of passing. It's the assists that really count. And if they can bring in a guy like Wayne Ellington that can score off the bench, create off the bench, you bring in a guy like, we've talked about it, Jabari Parker, young guys that can just come in and actually like adapt to the offense and make it work,
Mm-hmm.
Is it something I said, Scott?
No, it's TikTok Steve sent us. This is hilarious.
You're making like so much noise.
Steve, bro, it's so funny. Thanks for
I'm
saying
cutting this part.
Steve, fucking listen.
Every
This
time you
TikTok
talk,
is so
it's-
funny,
it's
bro.
hitting the freaking cutting board floor. You hear me, kid?
So
It's the woman running.
In the top comment is, I ain't never seen someone run 1 mile per hour before.
He already sent that, didn't he? Or did someone else send that?
But it's also it's also it's like, what do you call that? Spliced in with Lord of the Rings. You gotta watch this shit, dude.
And upon you when it gets hard.
Oh no. Oh. That's funny.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
Start.
Are you done interrupting our podcast?
John Bear has TikTok now. It's disgusting, bro.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
posts some
fucking
weird stuff.
slime ball, dude.
He posts some weird stuff.
Yeah. What's up with that guy?
I don't know, dude. This isn't the John Mayer Scholar podcast. What else?
What other cool teams are there? Interesting deals.
Kind of curious what the Pacers will do. My Indiana Pacers. 'Cause they're still waiting on
They'll probably stay put.
still waiting on TJ Warren to come back, get Karras back into the swing of things. I've seen things like a lot of teams have kind of called them up about Miles Turner because they were shopping him early on. Obviously, he's a rim protector. I don't know exactly what kind of haul you're going to get back for him, and I feel like they have a hole at center anyways where they would need a center in return. So unless they get an upgrade, I don't see that happening. But like him and Sabonis don't work together. Like the analytics with them on the floor are not ideal.
Yeah, I feel like especially like Turner will have really, really bad nights.
Yeah, he has some pretty tough stat lines.
And then
And he'll have some good ones.
yeah, I just think you look at Sabonis and you're like, okay, that guy can play the 5 in today's NBA.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't need a guy like Turner, like with him. So if you can get something that will, like who's their starting small forward right now with TJ Warren out is
One of the holidays.
yeah, it's Justin Holiday or
Yeah. I don't know if Doug McDermott started at all.
yeah, he
Or
did. I
Jeremy
mean, but
Lamb.
think about that team healthy. I mean, you have Karis LeVert, you have
Like
TJ
him a lot.
Warren, you have a lot of wings. Do you sell
Get some size maybe.
Turner maybe for like even a second rounder and a backup big man, or do you sell
I
Turner
know, but you're
for
like downgrading like talent wise probably.
yeah, but
But it's for the fit.
do you
so,
get the assets while you still can?
Yeah.
Like whether it's a pick, whether
could've
it's
gotten
backup
Gordon Hayward.
guys. Yeah.
That trade might have worked out better for both teams if they
Both
just
teams.
did it.
Dude,
So dumb.
the Pacers must be pissed. Gordon's having an awesome year.
Celtics are pissed. Think about
Yeah,
it right
just
now.
that trade in
Imagine
general
Doug
just sucked for
and
both
Miles
teams.
Turner for the Celtics.
It's literally like
It
the
would've
two
been
guys
Dougie
that
and
would
Miles
be
Turner.
perfect
Yeah,
for
for
them,
right
and
now.
like
That's
Gordon
exactly
Hayward
what they were
would fit
missing.
with the Pacers.
That was
That's
that was
tough.
before we got Tristan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have.
So we
had
just
the money.
fucking like Tristan was like last resort.
Yeah, so that's tough. Yeah, I had some like Miles Turner. One of the teams I was interested was the Clippers. I think if you did like a Zubac, that would be kind of interesting. Put him in there.
Yeah, I kind of like him.
He's big. He's young. I mean, you could do like a Cody Zell or Malik Monk maybe. Both expiring. I don't know. Malik Monk has had some like great games. It's kind of like a firecracker off the bench. Cody Zeller is like 15 mil off your payroll after this season. I don't know. They have some options there. I think they're gonna. I mean, Sabonis is young, Karras is young, Brogdon's like relatively young. So they have their core. They're all under contract for multiple years. Even Turner is too. Like if they want to keep him, they can. It's just kind of like I don't know. I'm not even sure. I mean, I get the blocks thing's a big deal. Not a great rebounder. Can shoot the three, which is kind of
He
interesting.
gets blocks, but I'm pretty sure defensively he's not great.
Yeah, well, like Gobert has less blocks by some, but he has like 35 less fouls or something that came out.
Yeah.
And you can tell like there's a difference between guys that get blocks like within the rhythm of the game and guys that are just going for blocks all the time. I feel like Turner fits in that latter category a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. The Pacers are they've dropped a lot. They're at like 4 in like mid-February, and now they're out of the top 8. So we'll see. I'm kind of curious to see where they go.
Karras is healthy. I mean, is Turner out for the year?
Who?
I mean, not Turner. TJ Warren.
I don't know. I think he's still out indefinitely. I'm not sure when they can count on him coming back. It's like a foot thing. Another team I wanted to mention as I was like looking at some potential trades, I feel like the Grizzlies are kind of like a dark horse candidate to land like a star.
In the offseason, maybe? Or
Yeah.
just in general.
Because they have a lot of young talent. If you look, not even
Connections, too.
right, but like a Desmond Bain, really solid piece. Xavier Tillman's played really well as like a rookie.
Yeah.
Even like D'Anthony Melton's like a young guy that can score. Those are the kind of guys you throw in these big trades with picks. And like Gorgie Dang is like a big like expiring contract that you could match for like a Stars. And like you could give a young core to like a Pistons for Jeremy Grant, or I mean they've been rumored to go Oladipo, but obviously if he doesn't want to stay there, they have reason to not.
Does Memphis have the money to like sign a big guy in free agency? Right? They
Potentially, I mean,
if they were to go after,
because Jaw's still on rookie deal, Jaren Jackson's on rookie deal. Dang is the highest paid player at 17.
Yeah, but that's
and then they lose him if they don't trade him. So that's 17 opened up.
They're bound to get someone this offseason.
I would think so. I mean, they're kind of built to last. I mean, if I was a star looking for like a team I could kind of lead, that would be an interesting destination.
I mean, do we look at
and they'll have their pick will probably be like mid-teens. I mean, they've done a great job drafting. I don't see any reason why they might not just nail another pick.
Yeah, this is a weird draft, but
or trade up maybe if they want to, because they got a lot.
Trade out of the draft. I mean, you have the youth. Trade that pick for like a guy, even if it was like someone like fucking Gallinari. Go get a guy like that, just like that. Has been around the league, knows how to like. Obviously, he still can score when he, is hot.
Yeah.
That might not be the most like perfect guy, but like you said, Jeremy Grant would be cool. But they have the money.
Jamar would fit there a lot. Like,
yeah.
Well,
imagine Jamar
and Daw.
Apparently, I'm looking here. TJ Warren could get the green light soon. That was as of February 13th. Wasn't moving around great, but could make his way back eventually. It looks like he'll be back this season.
Well, speaking of guys coming back, the Grizzlies also just got Justice Winslow back. Jaren Jackson's still on his way.
Yeah.
Two other younger guys.
Justice Winslow, I forgot. I mean, that was a guy that
he hasn't played in like a year and a half.
He was running the point guard for the Heat at one point.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a good defender. So they got a lot of depth, and I feel like if they can consolidate some of that talent, get some star power, that's a team to watch. Jonas is having a good year. Jaws is playing well.
Let's see Jaren Jackson.
So I'll see. I don't know if they'll do anything at the deadline or not. Yeah, Brandon Clark too. That's another guy.
That's somebody that you can move too.
Yeah, he's like $2 million.
Yeah.
2.5, something like that. And especially with Jaren Jackson coming back, I mean, I don't know how much. It's kind of like a waste of talent to have Brandon Clark playing 20 minutes. Tyus Jones too played really well when Ja was out. So I don't know, man. I like the Grizzlies going forward. I like the chances of. I mean, they need to be aggressive though, because I don't think the team as is going to contend for a title. Probably.
Yeah.
So, but you throw a star in that mix,
Yeah, I
give
mean,
them a better shot.
If you look at like the upcoming free agents for this,
I don't think it's a great class, is it?
I'm pretty sure isn't it a good one? They
all got extended, so a lot of them won't. I mean, if John Collins doesn't sign somewhere, he could be Kyle Lowry, Oladipo.
Technically, do we have Chris Paul and Kawhi have player options?
Yeah, I imagine they'll probably both. Well, maybe Kawhi. I don't know. We'll see how the playoffs go.
Mike Conley.
I think
Kyle
Mike
Lowry,
Conley's happy in Utah.
DeMar, Otto Porter. You have Drummond. I mean, you can't really see Drummond going there.
Yeah, no one. I'm like, that's not something that's going to change the trajectory of your team, probably.
Yeah, Drew Holiday has a player option.
I should think Kyle Lowry or DeMar would probably be the biggest franchise altering of any of those.
And how old is DeMar? Like 34?
He's like 30, 31.
Oh,
Younger
Kyle-
than you'd
yeah,
think.
Kyle
Lowry's older.
He's 31.
But if
about to be 32.
if you're like a top 5 team, I mean, I've kind of looked at trading him to the Sixers because I mean, he's like a Philadelphia guy. I mean, say what you want about Kyle Lowry. I mean, he's gonna make your team better.
Yeah.
Even though he's a freaking dick. You know.
You also have your guy Norman Powell is on a player option
Love
this
Norman
offseason. Scott's guy Myers Leonard is on an expiring.
I'm Jewish. Are you fucking kidding me? How dare you say that to me?
Spencer,
Me and
What
it's
is
my
Myers
turn.
Leonard's trade value right now?
Me and
Jabari
Josh
Bird's
will
got a second
smite
round
you.
pick, so
Myers Leonard for cash considerations.
here's another
And it's
like
like
some other interesting
$12.
names that you could throw to that mix.
Sure.
Dinwiddie, because you have to assume he'll opt out.
You think so? They were trying to trade him, and I haven't heard anything recently about that.
Yeah, imagine he goes to.
They should trade him.
Yeah, Dinwiddie. You got Josh Richardson. That's another player option. Millsap, obviously 36 years old.
Nah,
Not my favorite.
he should just
You have Alonzo.
not come back.
You have Doug McDermott,
Lonzo would be an interesting one.
Alec Burks.
I wouldn't be surprised if Lonzo stayed. I feel like they like him now. It seems like every time a player gets in like trade rumors, they either start playing really
up,
well
yeah. It
or they get hurt.
works in favor.
That
of
happened with
the
like
team.
Marvin Bagley.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie did that. It's really weird.
You have Markkanen.
Karras did it
Tice.
after he got traded. Tice, that's true.
Rashawn-
That is a
Rashawn
franchise
Holmes
altering
right now
player.
is looking great, but that's not a big guy that they would need per se.
Grizzlies would?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Cauley Stein, Dennis Smith, Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis is one of the top shooting 3-point players in the game right now. Did you know that?
Really?
By percentage.
Of course.
It's a weird one. He's still young too. Like if the Bucks, because I've been looking, the Bucks need that because DiVincenzo hasn't been great. If they had like a fifth guy,
Or if Bryn Forbes kind of turns up the heat a bit more.
yeah, Bryn Forbes has these games in blowouts where he shoots like 8 for 8 from 3 or was 7 for 7 or whatever. But if they Brooke Lopez is kind of whatever too. But if they could upgrade at either the shooting guard or the center position, shit's crazy. But they're all. I don't know why the Bucks sign all these guys to long-term deals because it makes them like untradeable. Like no one wants Brooke Lopez for the next 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
DJ Augustine too is like 2 more years. It's like who's gonna take that?
I mean,
Are you gonna take that? Unless the Thunder
Yeah.
will take that because their timeline is like they'll be good in the next 7 years. So they'll be like, yeah, we'll take Brooke Lopez,
yeah, I mean,
and then he'll
even-
average 27 points for them.
honestly,
Lead
look
them to
for
the
Thunder
playoffs.
to make some noise.
That's clever because like Thunder make noise.
No, but for real, they have so many picks that they're stockpiling. Second round picks like every week are coming in. Right now, they're looking for one for Ariza. What did they
I
trade?
don't
one?
get the second
They
round
traded
picks
one.
thing.
No, but like if you bundle up a bunch of second round picks and first round picks, you could get something decent. Put something. With
I know, but like
Shy Al,
3 second round picks is like what, you know?
not much, but
You're gonna get some like draft rights to some guy in like Serbia, and he'll
but those
never
add
come.
up. They have a lot. So if you put a first and 4 second round picks or 2 firsts, which they have enough to do that, and
They could get whoever they want.
Yeah, they really have a lot to do, and they have
Yeah.
young guys. They have Horford. They have
George Hill will probably get you something back.
George Hill. They have
Lou
Trevor
Dort.
Ariza right now. Lugents.
They could trade Lou
I mean,
Dort,
they
don't
could
know.
move stuff around and like be back instantly. Scott, your laptop's about to die.
Here's the thing: the Thunder
I'll fix
could
that.
literally take like a rebuilding team and be like, "We'll give you like your future if you give us." They could like build a team right now and be like, "All right, Knicks, here's 3 first rounders for Julius Randle."
Yeah.
You can't turn that down.
Um.
Pistons, Jeremy Grant, we'll take him for 2 firsts, and
Well, I feel like the Knicks right now
Kenrich
should turn
Williams.
stuff like that down.
I think they shouldn't.
I don't think that they're like gonna be amazing, but
No,
like
they
if
definitely just want to be in the playoffs
it's
and
New
say
York.
like they're good
I mean, like
now.
they're bound to get someone.
I mean, yeah, but they've missed out on like every free agent in like the past
But
10
now,
years.
yeah, but
except for
what's his
Melo.
name's not there anymore?
Dolan?
Is he?
I don't know.
No, he's gone, isn't he?
I don't know.
Thought he was.
I think they are more attractive with Tibbs there.
Yeah, and you have guys like Rose. You have guys like
Oh, Rose is
Randall.
cool. to be back
Emmanuel.
Mitchell Robinson.
I thought James Dolan was gone, but that would have been a bigger
He's
story.
the owner, right? He like can't leave unless he says something derogatory and then is forced to resign. You know,
Oh,
pretty
maybe
much
he is
how
still
the
there,
only way
yeah.
owners get kicked out. All right, well maybe not the Knicks, but they could. I mean they won't because Sam Presti apparently is just like got the hots for picks. You feel me?
Yeah.
And they're just like, let's see how many picks I can acquire. It's gonna get to the point where like when they show the big draft board, it's gonna be like half Thunder,
Yeah.
and they'll have like back-to-back picks,
Yeah.
back-to-back picks.
Imagine. Sam Presti. Shout out Sam Presti. Boston, Mass.
That's true. Emerson alum.
Born and raised. Been there since Seattle.
It's pretty crazy.
All started in
When you think about it, he flipped. Like we all thought they were doing the Rockets the favor by getting Chris Paul, and then he flipped Chris Paul for picks. We thought they were doing the Sixers a favor by taking Al Horford. They might, depending on who, if anyone's high on Al Horford, might get something out of him, even though his deal is like ridiculous.
disgusting.
So good on them. I think they'll probably. I think George Hill's probably gone. They could keep Al Horford, but I feel like he's probably like might as well sell him.
If you're the
high.
Celtics, George Hill for like Teague, not like straight up, but like, is that an upgrade?
I want Horford back, bro.
Never thought you'd say that.
I think he's good for the culture.
Yeah, he is. It's a tough.
Tough
I mean, it
person to
basically
bring
just
back. I would
locks
rather-
you in though, contract wise.
Let me click on that.
So
No, that one. Horford's wife. Thanks.
isn't she Miss Universe, or is that someone else?
Right up there
What
next to Danny
the
Green, Shai, Tobias, and George Hill.
That's a weird gang, man.
Are you kidding me, bro?
This is a family
Look at his
podcast.
kids are like fucking really weird looking.
They're very
Look
strange.
at that forehead on the girl and the head of hair on that boy.
Yeah,
He's
that's
gonna
a
have
weird
a
one.
hairline that goes like right above his eyebrows.
That's fun. It's better than having one that's top of your head, like some of us.
Al, he's such a good guy, dude.
He really is, but
Hey, there you go, man.
it's not worth it.
Universe.
The tallest Miss Universe. That makes him Mr. Universe if he decides to take her name.
Horford's son is gonna be in the NBA. Actually, does he have a son or are those two girls?
Get a Horford.
No, are
girl
you
check.
kidding
Go back,
me,
go back.
bro?
No, I remember.
Don't
me.
assume,
Go
bro.
Go down to the next one in front of the like.
Oh, wait, I see it.
Go down right there.
Wow, mama, it looks like, I don't know.
Click on that picture of the family. You just. Oh yeah,
This
that
one?
too. No, yeah, that's good.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's
the
definitely
family.
two girls.
It's funny because our viewers don't know what we're looking at.
Well, they're not viewers, then, are they?
Oh, shit.
Al Horford's kids. Ian.
This monitor was like the worst idea ever.
It's funny, though. That's definitely a guy, bro.
You
Aw,
can't say
she's
that,
so
dude.
cute. Oh, he's got two. He got 3 kids.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What else are we looking at? Any last trades that you want to touch on, Matt?
I might. Let's see if I have any get a little crazy. The only Timberwolves get Jeremy Grant for like half their team. All the Jays, Juancho, Jarrett, Josh, Jaden, Jared, and Nas Reed, and a first-round pick for Jeremy Grant.
So it'd be Jeremy, D'Lo, and Cat.
That'd be sick. Malik Beasley comes back off his suspension.
Would you be excited about that?
I would be.
I mean,
They get better,
speak
I'd
for
say.
yourself.
I mean, they don't have a great pedigree of developing talent, so you might as well trade your fake talent for like real talent. You feel me? And then just ruin
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant's career. You know?
I wanted to say something.
Please.
Dwayne Wade made an announcement tonight that if he could come back to the NBA, he would want to be what player?
Oh. He's really high on someone.
Mason Plumlee.
Just like who he would want to be?
Yeah, who he would
Like
want
in like
to
a
be.
Freaky Friday type situation.
He'd want to be Jordan Clarkson.
That's
I don't want to be a superstar because I want to keep my knees
because
good
of
and
the
all
Kardashian
that. I want to
thing.
be Jordan Clarkson, come off the bench, shoot it anytime I want, ultra green light, dress fly as hell, and just go home and chill after the game.
He just called
The other
Jordan
players not
Clarkson
go
not
home
an
and
all-star.
chill.
Which he's not, but
He doesn't. I guess Dwayne Wade doesn't want to be an all-star.
He doesn't want
He's
to.
cursed with the ability to be better than that. Let's see if I had a list of just like really bad trades. Some of these are from a while ago. I don't think Kevin Love is tradable anymore at this point.
Yeah,
He just got hurt again, bro. He
Again?
literally can't step on the court without
What did he get?
freaking broken left nut. You feel me?
I wish he was playing, you know.
Yeah, it's tough.
But when he does return, is he gonna, be good?
He tried, and it didn't work out. So
Did you guys know DeAndre Hopkins was a Clemson basketball guard from
Yeah,
2010
that's a
to
weird
2011? I just saw a picture. I didn't know that.
it's pretty cool. He's a tall guy. Here's one for you. This is actually a tough one, I think, but you guys will definitely disagree.
Is this like a who says no situation?
Yeah. Aren't all trades a who says no situation?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. Pacers receive Zion Williamson, Eric Bledsoe, Nikola Melli. Pelicans receive Domantas Sabonis, Karis LeVert.
Wait, who was the first name?
For the Pacers?
Yeah.
Zion Williamson.
Okay. So Zion, Bledsoe, and Nikola Melli.
So really Zion, basically, but the other guys are just there for like
why would the
matching.
Pelicans ever do that? Zion is
Because
their
they
pick.
get better.
They do not.
Do
He
they?
is their piece.
Lonzo, Karis
Oh, they
LeVert,
get
Brandon
better.
Ingram, Sabonis, and Steven Adams. You're telling me that's not better than their current lineup?
No. I think you need to keep.
How much better can Zion
Need-
realistically get?
He's like 20 years old.
Yeah, and his knees are gonna blow out when he's like 25. I'll tell you this right now. Zion is as high as he can be. They trade him
Yeah, but
now for a second round
Zion
pick.
is a lot fucking better than Domantas Sabonis.
That is not true.
Get out.
Sabonis is only 24, bro. They're both lefties. Both power forwards. Sabonis passes and rebounds the ball better than Zion.
Sabonis is also. Oh, I was gonna say he had more All-Star games, but they were both
Sabonis'
first
dad was in the NBA. Zion Williamson's dad was not in the NBA.
or around.
Zion Williamson
Do we know
also-
that?
I think so.
Zion Williamson's dad was not around. Sabonis' dad was in the
I
NBA.
could be completely wrong, but I remember at draft day. It was
And
just-
Karis LeVert is better than Eric Bledsoe and Nikola Melli.
Lateef Williamson is his father.
I feel like
Get the Pacers GM on the phone.
Maybe his father was around.
that's not fair to say
I don't
because
know
this
if
is
it
still
was.
Zion's like first season.
Yeah, and he's going to get hurt.
Oh, okay.
That's tough.
And I don't wish ill will upon anyone. But
Zion's a fucking animal, bro.
you can't say that.
Oh, okay, not in a bad way. He is really. He's a beast on the court.
I could give you another crazy one if you want.
I'm all yours.
Pacers. These are all Pacers related.
Yeah, of course.
Pacers receive Damian Lillard and Enes Kanter. Trailblazers receive Malcolm Brogdon, Miles Turner, and 2 first-round picks.
Oh my god!
Tell me the Trailblazers don't get better.
Oh, give me a break.
I'm talking Brogdon, C.J. McCollum,
Give us
Melo,
Give us a big break.
and Miles Turner.
No way, Jose.
Think so?
I say.
I think you can make a solid argument for it.
No.
Okay, all right, last one. This is another Pacers one. All of mine are Pacers ones. Pacers receive Nikola Jokic.
Okay.
It's dumb. as
Nikola
hell.
Jokic. Let me finish.
All right.
Jamal Murray.
Why
Gary
are you
Harris.
doing
Okay,
this?
so-
Okay, Gary Harris is really bad. Okay, so that helps. It goes down a little
You're
bit. And Will
tired.
Barton. Will Barton's also not doing great. Nuggets receive.
Is this just going to be a trade where the
They
core
switch
of both teams switch?
Yeah,
It's like which one will do
exactly.
better in their opposite?
Right. So
with that
Nuggets
elevation?
receive Sabonis, LeVert, Brogdon, and Turner.
And who stays in
Michael Porter
in whatever?
stays in Denver.
And who stays?
So you start Brogdon, LeVert, Turner, Sabonis,
and who stays in Indiana?
and Porter.
No one.
Basically no one, but they get Jokic, so that
And
kind of
and less
and they've dug.
at less elevation.
true.
A lot easier for them
That's
to run.
true.
It's like taking a donut off a baseball bat.
Jokic would be running, probably would be the fastest player in the league if he didn't play in Denver.
Okay, I'll take it.
That's science.
Neither team can say no at that point.
Can we get John Brangus
I think
on that?
both teams get better.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I like trades where both teams would get better, but they just would never do it. You know?
Huh.
You feel me? Especially if you trade one star for like two really good players, like you're definitely gonna get better. You feel me? You feel me?
I guess so.
Now, can you explain this, Phil?
So in that world, can you stop touching that?
No, can you explain this?
All right.
What?
Thank you for listening.
It's from like 6 years ago.
Let us know what you think of my great trades in the comments.
It's
And
a
Pacers
dream
GM, if you're
Airbnb.
listening to this, you can either
Please,
get Zion Williamson, Damian Lillard, and
Please
Nikola
DM me.
Jokic.
Please DM me.
I have
more.
unlocked your future.
So
Thank you very
So
much.
this-
wait. So what about doing Jason Tatum for Domantas Sabonis and Karis LeVert?
The Celtics are a better team.
Are the Pacers a better team? No.
No.
So it doesn't work.
What about
Tatum and Jaylen Brown for Sabonis, LeVert, Brogdon, and Turner. Who says no? Danny Ainge, if you're listening to this,
please DM me.
drop my line. Drop my line? Is that what they say? Catch my line?
Hit my line.
Hit my line.
Teaching Matt lingo. Here's a new one. All bricked up.
All bricked up. That means
Double cheeked up.
you're building a chimney.
I'm all bricked up.
I'm all bricked up. That means you're on like heroin or something.
No,
doesn't
that
it?
means you're hard as a rock.
You're bricked up
I'm all
because you're
bricked
hard.
up. Jordan taught me it a couple weeks ago.
Carpenters say that.
It means you're hard.
Yeah. Scott, I'm going to send you something on text. I want you to open it up and put it on the big screen for a second.
Hello.
Perfect. Good night, everybody.
Much love.
Signing off. This has been an hour of the Baller Scholar Trade Special Podcast.
You turkeys.
You're an animal.
Can't believe you called Zion an animal on air.
I gotta
And
delete that.
This one I'm not editing. I don't think I've decided. No one else said anything too
You're
crazy, right?
Also, oh, here we go. Oh, this is just a TikTok. Oh, he sent Summer Rae TikToks. What a fucking weirdo.
You just listened to another episode of the Baller Scholar Podcast.